Should Porzingis have been ejected?
Skip, he just has to be more careful. First of all, he shouldn't have got the first technical because that was a clean block on Paul George to begin with. So that, Skip, there's emotion in the ball game. I mean, when someone does something, I mean, it's just like any sport. You get like, come on, man, I can't, man, that's bull jive. And they teed him up for that. But this is what I want people to understand. Skip, it changed the entirety complexion of the ball game because when Porzingis went out, they were up 5. They lost their rim protection. They lost their second best scoring option, and they lost their second chance opportunity because after that they could get no second chance. They couldn't get second rebounds. And the big guy, what's his, from the Clippers,
Zubac.
Zub. He was playing volleyball with it. Back to himself, dunking it home. He had 5 offensive rebounds. That hurt him, Skip. It really did. He received his technical foul. You get 2 techs, you get automatically tossed. But I don't believe he should have got a tech for that because what did he do? Walk up on a guy? Come on. In a playoff game, you got to let that one go. You let the combatants determine it on the field, on the court. You don't throw one of the better players out and then says, okay, go play now. So I do think it had a big impact on the game. Now, who knows? Maybe the Clippers win. Clippers started playing a little better. But I would have liked to seen had Porzingis stayed in that ball game, what the outcome would have been.
Okay. I am going to concede this.
You concede?
Okay, now back to the first foul, the block in the first tech. Okay, I thought, if we could see that play, I thought that Porzingis hit Paul George on the right arm first. It's the first contact is on the right arm. I don't know if we can see it sideways. I thought he got him. It was a clean block, but he goes up and he gets him on the right arm first. He hit him right across his elbow. That's a foul. He hits him on his right elbow clean and hard, and then he clean blocks it. I would have called a foul. Right. But the problem is, it is the letter. If you throw a fist in the air in the direction of the referee, it comes off as a hostile act, and they're just going to say, technical foul.
Right.
And Porzingis, ironically, is not a guy who complains a lot.
No.
He's not a fighter. He's not a bad guy. He's not a troublemaker. You know, it's not that guy. He's kind of soft to me.
Right.
That's his problem. He's still a little soft. Okay, so then what happens the next time? This is 9-10 left in the third quarter. Marcus Morris was doing a pretty good job on Luka. He was doing the best job of any defender on Luka. Marcus Morris is a tough guy.
He is.
Because he knows Marcus Morris is known as an enforcer type tough guy.
Yes.
So he comes over just to stake his claim and back up his little brother. And I'm good with that. I liked it. I was like, way to go, Kristaps. You know, that shows me something. You would do that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so he comes over, and all he did was put a hand on Marcus Morris's chest. He didn't shove him. He just did a stop sign. Like, okay, that's enough. Straight out here, but not here. Marcus obviously shoved back. Okay, boom. Now it goes up, and Kane Fitzgerald is saying, okay, technical on you and technical on you. Both of them get a technical. Unfortunately, one guy's already got one, and he's gone.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't like the refereeing. I don't like the... Okay, and they said, we can't be aware that he already has a technical. Yeah, you are. You come on.
Yeah, because you gave it to him.
You gave it to him, and he's trying to say we can't process that as part of what's happening. You know, this has to be independent of the first technical. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But it's not good. It's not fair refereeing. It's not smart refereeing. The smart refereeing would be just to break that up and let it go.
We agree with LeBron James. We agree with Dirk Nowitzki. That was a bogus ejection because the first technical foul that he received, I'm talking about Kristaps Porzingis, he should have never received that. You're in a bubble. The players have made tremendous sacrifices. I understand you can't let fisticuffs take place and things of that nature, but my God, just a little shove and you're just going to issue technical fouls or whatever. It's just utterly ridiculous. And that's why I think it was bogus, and I think it was really unfair to the Dallas Mavericks and to the viewers out there. It's the third quarter. It's game 1 of a first-round playoff series, and you're going to take one of the stars of the team out for something that innocuous? I think that was utterly ridiculous. I think the referee should be ashamed of themselves.
Lots of stuff happened in last night's game, but the biggest takeaway for me is I feel like Dallas got robbed last night. I got to be honest. the flow of the game. Every time the Clippers, you thought, and they had made it a closer game, but Dallas still had the lead when Porzingis was in the game, about halfway through the third quarter, a little less than halfway through the third quarter. And Dallas was control, like every time the Clippers would make a little run, Dallas, answered right back. And Porzingis gets ejected. Let's go back and look at the first tech. When did it occur and what were the circumstances? He doesn't hit a shot on that end. Zubac really fouled him, right? They didn't call the foul. On the other end, Porzingis blocks a shot. They call the foul. And so he's frustrated. And just because he pumps his fist for a second, they blow the whistle? He had a right to be mad. The referees messed up twice on him. And then the second one, look, Doncic gets into it. I know he wasn't coming in as a peacemaker, but he was, and maybe he was instigating a little bit, but when you really look at what he did, he just caused some separation. He let them know, he let Marcus Morris, he let the Clippers know, that's my dude, you can't touch Luka. And you tee him up again for that, and he leaves the game. What happened when Porzingis was ejected? Dallas goes from having a lead throughout most of that game once they went on that initial run to the Clippers taking over the game and winning comfortably. I mean, at the end, all of a sudden you look up, it's a 4-point game. How'd that happen? But they were always a couple of possessions up from then on in. That decides the game. He changes the other team's offense. It is much harder to score when he's in the game. And once he was removed, the Clippers took over. I feel like the Mavs got robbed, Stephen A.
I mean, that was the game that the Dallas Mavericks had an opportunity to put a big shift in this series. And I thought Porzingis played great, being that it was his first playoff game. I felt like that the technical foul that he got in the first half was unwarranted. I felt like the officials was not allowing the players to react. I mean, this is the playoffs, so you're going to see more emotions, more reaction from the players. But I feel like the second technical, again, the officials should have reacted. I felt like Luka Doncic took a lot from that drive going to the basket from Marcus Morris, and the officials let him get a little rough with him, and that's where Porzingis stepped in. But it should have been another teammate step in. For sure, someone should have stepped in. It shouldn't have been Porzingis. Bad mistake on his side, and it cost them the game.
He has to be smarter. He has to understand that that's what the Clippers are going to do to them, and they're going to do it for this entire playoff.